Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 as we are playing as the Altarian Republic. So the first thing we're going to do in today's episode is we do have some Durantium, so we're going to get this 0G scaling. Now that does increase the maintenance further, which means we're losing more money per turn. We really got to fix the economy. So on the short term, we could sell some of these goods that we have. We have Illyrium and we have Antimatter. Now, we're not going to get much for either of these, particularly the Illyrium. It's not worth a whole lot. But you sell this, you will get a sizable amount of credits. Now, the other option would be to trade it with other civilizations. The problem is, nobody wants these two goods we have. Like, they won't take the goods for anything. They just don't value them at all for whatever reason. Now, usually they value it based off of, you know, what the market price is. But they must have plenty of it as well, which is probably why it's so cheap. It did get us a lot of credits though that we can spend. So maybe like rush out some buildings or something, maybe in our new planet that we have. And then another thing we can do to try and improve the economic situation is change up our civilization policies. We haven't changed these for a while and some of them don't really apply. We want to keep the growth even with the approval penalty. That's a massive growth bonus, so we're going to keep that. This one's nice too, and might keep that one. We'll see if we have any openings. We're going to get rid of this one, the prototype defense. There's actually two things that I want to get here. This one, it also increases growth, but most importantly, it gives intelligence, and there's no penalty here. So we're going to get that, and then I also want to get this, free trade. So that increases the trade route value by 25%, but does result in 5% crime. So it does have a penalty here. But I think it might be worth it. Let's see how much it actually generates first. Okay, it only generates 3. That's not much. Okay, we'll just go ahead and get the genetic manipulation then. It's unfortunate we're unable to get a bit more money from that. I guess our trade routes just aren't bringing enough value. I think 25% of 61.57 would be somewhere around like 15. Now, given we do have the 33% tax rate, but still, I would expect to get more than 3, like maybe 5 or something like that. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think it's worth changing over to that then. We also can't set up any additional trade routes because we've already used up all of our available trade licenses. So that's the reason why that one trade ship kept getting canceled on its route. So instead, I've sent them over to the corporate sector. I'm going to gift it to them in the hope that they'll set up a route with us because they do not have any trade routes with us, and we will still earn money if they set up trade routes with their trade licenses. That means we can go ahead and cancel the production of this one since it's going to be useless. I didn't even think to look at how many we had, how many trade licenses we have, because we kept getting recommended by this economic advisor. You would think that they wouldn't recommend it if you don't have any additional trade licenses. Clearly that's not the case though, so we do have to make sure that we're checking that, and there are other ways for us to get more trade licenses so we can earn a bit more money from trade. So instead we're going to construct a couple supply ships. So what these supply ships do is you use them for moving manufacturing, and so I knew that you could produce these and then use that production on another planet. So basically exchange the production from one planet to another, kind of like help you build on a new colony. But what I didn't think about is because you're building this in the shipyard, you're not using production, you're using the military points. And so I was thinking that there'd be no point on constructing one of these supply ships in your shipyard to use on the same planets because you're basically just taking your production to get production. But that's not the case because it's using military points. So there is a reason. It's kind of like a tactic. There is a reason to do this. We can build these and we don't have to move them to another planet. So you can still do that. And I've done that in the past before. But what is a good option for us right now is to construct them here and then just use them on our capital. And then we can also have these guys in Overlooked once they get a shipyard, which we do need to still build. We can have them do the same thing. This is a tactic to basically just get production, turn your military points into production. And so yeah, we'll start making use of that. That seems like it'll be really helpful. We can rush this out here. It's 408 credits. I think we'll just end our turn, save our money, use it for something else. And unfortunately, that anomaly, which we expected this, has already been surveyed, so not surprising. But we'll go over to this one. Okay, that's the one we were going over to, so over to this one, the capsule. See if there's anybody over there. I could also try this one here. That's not that far away. But yeah, many of these are probably already going to be researched here. And we did annex that planet. All right, excellent. And we also met the ore here. Okay, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. We got the extreme colonization, so we can now upgrade housing, but most importantly, we'll be able to colonize that one planet that we have. So we need to build a colony ship, because we don't have one just sitting on our planet like we did before. So we can go in and get the terraforming. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll get that one next. And so this is the planet that we can now colonize. But we'll have to first get a colonist ship, which we'll do that after we finish up their current production. And so this is the colony we just got. It's not a core world, but they'll be sending their resources to Altaria, so that'll help them out. And we'll also be getting this one soon too. I think we're like maybe a turn or two away from getting it. Do have difficulty getting that to pop up here. 91%. I think it's going down much, or going up much slower than it was, where it was 5%, which is the reason why it didn't flip when this one did. Now it's about 3%. So I suppose it'd actually be about 3 turns in this case for us to get control of that. And that one, of course, is a core world. All right, so Altaria has finished up their construction. They built the shallows here with that terraforming, and we already know what we want to get there. We're going to go ahead and put the nice research bonus here that will get the adjacency bonuses from all 3 of these, while granting adjacency bonuses to them as well. And so that should be pretty helpful, really boost up our science. We're already researching very quickly. Obviously can't rush that, a little bit too expensive. One thing we could do with our money is get another leader, because one thing I've neglected to show you guys, and it's because it's not really all that helpful for us in our particular case, is the factions. So I showed this in the previous series that we did, and I think we even made use of one of the factions, the bonuses for them. But these are a place where you can set leaders up. You put a leader here, and then they'll get you 1 bonus and 1 negative based on a particular skill. So with these precursor heirs, they both use intelligence. So the higher the intelligence, the better bonus you get here for the precursor relics, and the higher maintenance penalty you get. Now usually they don't use the same trait. So if we looked at, let's say, the Warforged here, you can see it's using 2 separate traits, resolve and social. So a higher resolve will get better military, while a higher social will result in more crime. And so when it does that, you can kind of play off of them by assigning a leader who's got a really good, in this case, a really good resolve, and then a really low social. So the penalty is as low as possible, and the bonus is as high as you can get it. And that's the case with the Free Mind Center as well. When the faction uses the same skill for both the penalty and the bonus, then you can't really do that. But the problem here is that none of these are all that helpful or worth their costs. So don't really need the military. The tourism we've seen is just not that helpful with producing income, particularly not when you compare it to maintenance. Maintenance is always worse. And so I don't think that this would be beneficial. And then same thing here, I just don't think it's going to be beneficial to us. So that's the reason why we haven't used it, but I should have shown it to you guys. Now, this one here I think would be a lot more useful. You could have somebody with a really high intelligence and get a discount for the galactic market, and then have them have a really low diligence so that the crime doesn't cause any problems here. Though this is saying something different than what we're seeing here. So yeah, maybe you get increased income from the diligence. But I don't know, I think it's the crime actually. But yeah, that one would be a little bit more useful, I think. But the ones we have access to, I don't think they're going to help us out much. All right, so these guys are supposed to be going over here, but every turn they tell us that they can't do anything. But yeah, we want to gift that to them. And so we got the supply ship done, so what we're going to want to go ahead and do is just send them to Altaria. Although that didn't actually add the production. I want to see what happens there. That should have added 100 production here. Since we have a trade offer, so this is from the Luxor Dominion, and they're just offering us resources we don't really need for a technology, so we're going to go ahead and reject that. We're just going to actually ignore it. Somebody was telling me that you get a penalty from rejecting the trade offers, but I have not seen that. We've been rejecting them throughout the playthrough, and we have not gotten any penalties for rejecting them to opinion. So we can take a look. We can try rejecting somebody and then see if there's a penalty, but I'm pretty sure there's not. Alright, so these guys finished up with what they're researching. Let's see if there's anything else in the area. I'm not seeing anything. Looks like we might have got everything. So our flagships are now having difficulty finding things that they can scan. There is this one here, but it's heavily defended, and one of those ships is a dreadnought. So I don't know if we could defeat it. We have a higher attack with our fleet, but yeah, I still don't know that we'd actually be able to defeat it, and probably take too high of casualties. So I just don't think it'd be worth it just yet. We'll wait. You know what? There might not be anything over here left to scan. Sure doesn't seem like it. You can come over here. There's still a few different things over here that we can work on. And that's just about it. There's a few here. We can try these locations. Yeah, we'll go over to this one. I'm going to assume that these will be scanned by the time we get there, but maybe not. Let me see, our borders have increased again. We're reducing a stupid amount of influence right now. And our new colony has finished their construction, so we got all of these constructed here. Can do a bit of terraforming, can make use of that manufacturing as well. As you can see, we can now produce everything much, much faster. However, we're going to go and get that shipyard constructed. So we'll work on that now. That's going to take 2 turns. And then we have this supply ship here. So it says it's 4 turns now. That's interesting. It only cut off a turn, which we just ended our turn. But when you look at the progression here, it does look like it went about half. I don't know. Let's go ahead and use another one here. And now you see it has worked, cutting it down to 2 turns. So it is working, it just doesn't always reflect it here. But basically it was going to take 5 turns to construct. I think it's only going to take us 2 now. I think we should get it done next turn. Maybe it'll be 3. But still, we would have shaved off a couple turns there. Alright, so we can go ahead and construct another supply ship, but we're going to do a constructor ship first. And then we'll do a couple supply ships here. And we could even maybe rush this out next turn if it's not done. We'll see what it costs. Currently have 1,017 credits. Alright, so let's go move these guys into their space. And then we'll gift that to them. We're real friendly with them. I don't know if they'll actually use it to trade it with us. Maybe they'll trade with somebody else, but that's fine. We did get a trade offer from the Zaloxy, and they're wanting to give us some credits and a couple technologies, both of which are pretty solid. And they're wanting Prometheon, our modules, and then just 2 technologies. You know what? I'm actually willing to do this trade. I know the modules are something we've been trading for, and I'm fine with trading the Prometheon. I don't have any problem with that. But these are both pretty good techs, and I'd like to change up the actual offer here a bit. But yeah, I'm worried that it'll mess it up. And so we're just going to accept it, despite the fact that we're giving away modules. I think that these are good enough techs to make it worth it. So yeah, let's go and accept that. And so what's nice here is we can now put this cruiser into this fleet, since we have a bit more logistics. And so that's the strength of our primary fleet here. So pretty good, particularly when you compare it to this fleet here. Now, we're still going to take high casualties if we send them over there, though. We can actually fit some more into the logistics here. So we could construct a few more military ships to try and get our military might up a bit higher. And again, that's really what controls the score here. That's the reason why the Zaloxy's score is so high, is it's almost all coming from the military power. That's really what matters. But yeah, now we need more modules. We do have some executive orders available here. So we could do what we've been doing, getting money, but we don't really need the money. And yeah, I don't want to use it just for modules. I prefer to just construct those in our star bases. Instead, we're going to do the Goodwill Tour. This is +1 diplomacy for 30 turns. And we're trying to make everybody like us as much as possible, so I think that's a good use of our control. Just increase relations with everybody. And we still have a good amount of control as well. Could use that to get another citizen. We don't need it on our colony, but we do need a colony ship. I was supposed to construct that, so you know what? That would probably be a good use once it's our turn, is to go ahead and draft colonists. I know it does result in a small approval penalty, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, we could have constructed it. Yeah, I think this is the better way to do it. So let's go and draft the colonists, spend the 33 control there, and then we'll want to send our colonist over to that new planet here and get that established. We also got this constructor ship. What I'm going to try and do is build another one of these star bases. I don't know if it'll be over here would work, but maybe over here. Let's just try it out. Yeah, that actually is close enough to here while being further enough from these. And we're going to go ahead and get a communication starbase here, because we don't have one around our capital planet yet. And it's really nice to get these influence bonuses. So we're going to go ahead and get, can we get both of them? We can. So let's get both of those. And we don't have any additional modules, so we need to construct those. And we did finish up our research. All right, excellent. I suppose we'll get the orbital ship assembly, get that higher capacity. And we just see where we're at on getting this planet. Should be pretty soon, if not this turn here. It's a bummer I just can't get this to reliably pop up. So it seems that, yeah, it should be this turn. So that'll get us another core world. And then these guys, this planet here would start sending the resources over to that planet. Alright, so Altaria has finished up their construction of the technological capital. So that's going to really boost our research. And we could terraform again, get this location here, or you could do this one if you wanted to. But we really need to improve the wealth situation. So let's go and work on that, guys. Let's build a financial district right here. And so that'll get us some increased income. We can build another one here, because we're getting the wealth bonus from the trade network and also from the starport here. So you could do it there, and then you can also build one here, because you got 2 buildings that will give the wealth bonus there. Could even get rid of the agricultural districts since we don't really need food, and could instead have the one of our colonies focus on food production. We'll have to take a look and see what this planet is producing once we get control of it, which I thought was going to be this turn. Apparently it'll be the next turn. You can see we got the shipyard constructed, so now we need to fix the problem of the population cap. So we've already maxed it out here, and so we're going to build here next to the capital with the housing district, because it gets the bonus, and it will also level this up, and with each level that'll increase the population cap. So it makes sense to build them right here. So we're going to build one there and then one right here, and so we'll work on that. Just try and get the population cap up here. We can construct here as well. We're going to go ahead and do those supply ships, try and boost the production there. Eventually want to do the constructors as well, but this doesn't really produce much. I don't think it's worth the maintenance at the moment. We're just really focusing on Altaria for our star bases. Just trying to make that planet produce as much as possible. And you see we have already started moving after their colonies here. This is another core world we might be able to get access to. So 0% rebellion right now. Same with this one, but I think those are eventually going to flip over to us. We got that supply ship constructed, and you can see we did finish that up in just 2 turns. So they were working, it just didn't reflect it. I'm going to actually rush this out and get something else building. These don't take very long to construct here, so I don't know if I want to use that 100 manufacturing for this. Again, it will bleed over, of course. So I guess what you could do is do that and then get the bleed over from it. And we should have extra production next month once that's done. Alright, so we got the orbital ship assembly. I thought we had just picked that. Also, we annexed that new core world. So we went from having just one core world 2 episodes ago to now having 3. We're going to get the artificial general intelligence to get more research here. So we can start researching even faster than we already are. I don't think that's the best option of those 3. I don't know if there's any risk of doing that. There might be. Alright, so let's go ahead and get something else constructed here, and then we'll use that supply ship. We could reduce the pollution, which is currently sitting at 16%, so that's an option. It does have a maintenance penalty, which would cause us further issues with the economy, which we're attempting to fix by building all of these here. We can do the terraforming. So let's do that here, just to see what we end up getting there. And then let's go ahead and have these guys go over there, and then that'll apply.
The captain of your ship has reported a discovery. They found a lost cargo container deep in space. Inside this container was a highly advanced device, a dreadful weapon designed to poison the environment of an enemy planet. This technology is very dangerous. What is your opinion on what should be done with it?
I say we should store the device in our vault. Yeah, we'll probably never use it, but if we need to, we'll have it available. So that dramatically reduces the fertility of a target foreign world in a month. So if we end up having any enemies, we can make use of that. Yeah, -10 to the farming there. So it'll be helpful for any conflicts. I like to have some things in the vault that we can use against potential enemies. So we're now 2nd in manufacturing, and 1st in science, 3rd in income, and 1st in influence. The military might continues to step down though. And yeah, it seems that there was that capsule there. Let's go after this one next. And yeah, we'll get all these if we're able to. So next we'll produce some modules, since we don't have any. We'll do that twice actually. Alright, let's go end our turn, and we can establish this new colony here. And they're going to be sending their resources to Altaria. Alright, excellent. So we got the artificial general intelligence, boosting our research even further. Let's go after, and this would be helpful, increase research. But might want to do the mining one instead. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this one. Xeno resource mining. So we'll get that. That's going to be 4 turns. And it seems Altaria has finished up and got the lagoon. Okay. So I almost want to keep building towards income here, guys. And also do the cultural district. That would be an option. So that boosts influence, approval, and wealth. Those are the adjacency bonuses. So you might want to put that here. But first, let's get the economy sorted out, get back into the positive. And we're going to do that over here, guys, just because you got all these nice wealth bonuses. And yeah, we'll do it right here. You can also do a housing district here because you get that nice bonus there. Okay, we're going to do a financial district right there. And probably do another one right here. So we'll get those there, and then we'll get the cultural district right here. I'm not too worried about food. I think we're pretty good in that regard. And then I suppose we could do the housing districts over in this location. I don't know that we'd want to do... Well, this does boost influence, and this is an influence location. So you could do the cultural district here. It's already at level 2, and that's before you've built this housing district. Does that boost housing? That does not. But yeah, this would start at level 3, so not bad. Or it could just continue to build these here. Either would be an option, but this is good for right now. Also, we can boost these here. We haven't even started doing that yet, upgrading. It'd be most beneficial at this point to upgrade research, but once we have these done, upgrading financial would be very helpful too. And then, of course, I feel like we should get that planetary recycling center, which boosts the manufacturing. Though not entirely sure where we'd put it. So we could put it right here, since that's a manufacturing location. But might be better to put it here. Let me just take a look real quick at what the manufacturing level is. Manufacturing is level 6, so that would have a huge impact here. And it would boost, let me see, this one, the Union Center. resulting in more money. So could do that instead of doing the cultural building here. I think that'd be the better option, honestly. So let's go ahead and put that here. And let's just prioritize that before the housing district. Yeah, I think that's the better option. Alright, excellent. So getting all of our tiles filled out on Altaria.
Strange and wonderful tales from the furthest corners of our civilization captivate the inhabitants of our homeworld. The intricacies of space travel, the realities of colonial life, and our interactions with alien species are ceaselessly intriguing for our populace. Especially our discovery of signs of ancient alien civilizations has kindled a belief in many that our own planets house the wreckage of extraterrestrial ships.
So if true, those would be a wonder. We should search for them, sharing news of our discoveries with our people. This is a mission. Or we say, if true, those would be dangerous in the wrong hands. Find these wrecks, but keep our citizens away from them. So basically the cultural awareness is different. We're going to go with this option. I think it fits with our civilization the most. And so yeah, we have a few different missions here. We have not destroyed 3 pirate fleets yet. Only 2. We get 1,000 credits once we finish it, so we'd have to find another pirate fleet. I have not seen a lot of pirates in this playthrough. Are they considered a pirate fleet? I'm not entirely sure. Let's just take a look. Yeah, they would be considered a pirate fleet, so you could attack them. We need to build up our fleet a bit more, so maybe that's how we'll get that mission completed to get the 1,000 credits there. We do need to appoint a governor onto this core world. I haven't done that yet. That's the reason why we haven't been asked what we want to build there. And then this is the new mission we got to scan planets. Apparently you do that on a planet where you have a governor, and then you can unlock a prototype ship at your shipyard. So we got to do that 3 times. Okay. So we'll take a look at that. First, let's go and hire a new leader who's going to work as a governor on our new planet here. So who do we got available? We have another Circe, who's an authoritarian, and a pirate engineer. Got Ashlyn and Hatter. Hatter is traditional. So nothing really with the traits. This guy's very disloyal, so probably don't want him. As far as the actual skills here, if you just compare these two, she's got the better social and the better diligence. Resolve and intelligence are the same. She's a depressed former assassin tormented by her guilt. Alright, well, she sounds like a good possible governor, so we'll hire her. And we'll go ahead and start out by gifting her one of those crystals. We still have those available. Make her a little bit more loyal to us. And then we'll appoint her as governor to our new colony here, so we'll be able to start constructing there. So this is what they already have, so we're not starting out, fresh as we were with our previous planets. And so it's probably a mess. It usually is. The AI kind of, I don't know, they don't really use the adjacency bonuses as well as they could. So not too bad of a situation with the manufacturing. Yeah, this isn't bad the way they laid this out. They did put this cultural district here, which again, not too bad there. They haven't taken advantage of the xanthium yet, so you want to get that extractor and also increase manufacturing. Suppose that'll be the first thing we do here. They also haven't taken advantage of this planet fall, which is 1+ to all, so you can build anything here and get a nice bonus. They have the housing district here, agricultural district right here, but you see outside of the manufacturing here, they don't really have too many adjacency bonuses just yet. And so we'll want to, just do a little bit more construction. I think the main point here is that we don't really need to delete anything, which is good. They didn't do too bad at it. So yeah, we might want to change up our citizens here as well. Just take a look at what they've been sent to. So far, the only thing I think that it really needs to be changed is you could take this guy. He's the most intelligent on the planet and have him be a scientist. And they get that manufacturing back. Change this guy into a worker. He's actually really unhappy. They're all pretty unhappy, honestly. And then as far as the rest of these, none of them are all that impressive. And unfortunately, we don't have anything for social skills just yet. We don't have the entertainer available. We need the Xeno entertainment tech to be able to assign those. So we'll just leave the rest of them as is. Yeah, it's not terrible. They haven't built the shipyard yet, so do need to do that. So we'll get that started after we finish up that extractor. Unfortunately, our income is again in the negative after we gain that new core world.
A governor has been assigned, establishing a new...
And we finished up that mission by assigning the governor. Alright, so let's go and move to the next turn here. Yeah, we now have 3 core worlds. This should update here, that we've taken control of this additional one. And it's not terrible if you look at like the production compared to this one. It's got a little bit less, but you're getting more science. Less money though. As far as influence goes, you're also getting less influence, but you're getting some food from it. I think we're gonna change up the situation with food here in Altaria, because you can get food anywhere, so I'd prefer to get that on our other core worlds. I think we need to get some military ships, so we're actually going to do our own design for a frigate. So since we haven't done this yet, so let's just start a new design. Oh, that's a crazy look. We might want to get a different starting look here. I mean, that one's fine or whatever. But yeah, we'll do something different than that. Let's do the Defender here. Now, of course, we can make our own design if we wanted to play around with that. I feel like we don't have enough time in the series to really spend time, adjusting it and adding stuff to it. But you can customize the look of it completely. So when it comes to the weapons, we're going to get the particle beam. These are the same, by the way. Seems that they might be making some adjustments and patches, and so this probably won't remain the same. But as of right now, these two are exactly the same. So we'll just get the particle beam. That's going to be 4 mass. And then we're also going to get the railgun, which is 5 mass. It does do a bit more damage. Doesn't have the long range and isn't as accurate, but does have a faster cooldown, so it can fire more often. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get these 2 on there. Those will be our 2 weapons. Now we need some defenses. We're not going to get the increased evasion because it costs Rantium, something that we're always short of. I know we actually have some now, but that's because we didn't have any modules. But yeah, I don't want to have to rely on the Durantium, so we're not going to get that. We could get the point defense because we have plenty of antimatter. So if we wanted to get evasion, that's not a bad option. The problem here is that it costs so much with the mass. Yeah, it takes 6 mass. So we might just do like hull plating, and then maybe increasing with the hull support, increasing the hit points, because that's only 3 mass. So we got 4 left, and you won't be able to use all of it unless you were to put one of these on. That's what's really nice about this one, is it's only the 1 mass. But again, I just don't want to have the Durantium on there. We'll just do the hull plating because it's cheaper to produce. So that's be 18, 19 here. Combat rating of 5, not bad for a frigate. And we'll just leave it as the Intrepid. I'm fine with that name. Alright, so say we're done. We can only be able to fit one of these in there, so let's get a bomber or a fighter. I suppose we have 3 fighters, so we'll get a bomber. Alright, so get those constructed. And we have an event here. A questionable pack, so I want to say we've already gotten this one here. And so I don't know that there's any reason for us to do that one. They're already at the top. We don't need to help them any further, so we're going to decline the alliance, even if it does result in an opinion penalty with them. They're saying we are ripe for conquest, so that's not good. Yeah, not good at all. In fact, looks like we're getting that penalty with a few different civilizations. The Archaeans also have it. I assume they're not too happy about all of these going into our hands here. They're not going to have much of an empire left if they don't do something soon. So yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to remain at peace for much longer, guys, especially with our weak military. So probably a good thing that we're doing a little bit of a military buildup now, because I would not be surprised if one of these guys declares war on us. I don't know if anybody else feels that way about us being ripe for conquest. You would think not. They got to be like a more martial empire anyways. Yeah, probably just them two. So either one of them could become a threat for us. And we're also getting a penalty here because we got star bases in their territory with the Illyrian one. So yeah, they clearly are pushing into our territory there, unfortunately, so we'll eventually lose access to that. And let's go and add these guys into here. Get our military strength up. And we'll see where we're at once we finish up with that bomber. We'll maybe go ahead and attack them here. But we do need to keep building up our fleet now. I think that's important since, again, we're looking weak, too rich, and too weak. Alright, so this is one of those big trades again with the navigators where they're willing to give us a whole bunch of stuff. For a whole bunch of stuff. And if we make any adjustments here, then we won't be able to do the trade. And really, it's a lot of resources that I'm fine with parting with. And some credits. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to accept this. This is a lot of text, guys. A whole bunch of text. Okay, so that's actually, this is really good. So let's go and accept that. And then that allows us to get a new policy here. And I think we got some new policies. This spreads 10% pollution through trade routes. And then you get a penalty, but it gets rid of your pollution. Yeah, obviously we're not going to do that. As a diplomatic focused empire. Just trying to see if there's anything new here that we might want to put in place. We could try the free trade again. Let me just take a look and see what that would grant us. It's +5 now. Again, it hits us on the crime. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that, guys. Let's see if there's anything we'd rather have. Yeah, just trying to improve the money some. And you could reduce the crime once you get another slot open up here. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. And then we also got more modules that we can build. So let's just go and take a look in our star bases. So this costs 3 durantium, increasing manufacturing by 3%, and of course it increases maintenance by a lot. I don't know if it's worth it, guys. The extra manufacturing, 3%. I don't know. I think that's where all our money is going, is all these things I've been constructing here, all these modules. We're just paying massive amounts of maintenance for them. And so that might be better to go with ones that don't have the maintenance cost right now. So yeah, not go for those ones. They're just too expensive. Since we're running low on funds, let's go into the market and sell some of that Illyrium. It's not worth hardly anything at this point. Yeah, Illyrium has no value now. It's just too darn low. Same thing with antimatter. There's really no value here. Okay. Yeah, everybody else has those, which is probably why I wasn't able to trade them away. We're going to do one more turn here, guys. One more turn. Let us get this tech done. The Xeno resource mining. So we're going to get the soil enhancement since this allows more terraforming. Get more tiles. Always helpful. And we did finish the construction here on Altaria. So we did get that done at least. So let's go ahead and get more military ships. Again, I really think that this is what we need at the moment. So we're going to build like 3 of these. And maybe some fighters to complement them. And a couple bombers. So just focus on military ships now. Since again, I am a little worried that we're going to be attacked and our fleet is not very impressive here at the 12th ranked military. And that'll also help boost us up here. Get us up a little bit higher in our ranking. Just as we get close to the end of the series here. So we're going to move our fleet over here. And we'll see how we can do. We'll have to like launch the beams and the missiles at them. See if we can't reduce their strength there. But I'm pretty worried about the dreadnoughts. I'm not entirely sure how well that would go. Since we don't have a ship that's even remotely that size. So that might not go well. And I did forget the bomber as well. So let's actually leave them here and then get the bomber catching up with them. Increase their strength by a bit more. 67.6. So just as sheer numbers go, I mean, we are not quite twice their strength, but that could be a little misleading. We did get this supply ship. All right, excellent. So we're going to put them onto the planet. Get that constructed. And do we have anything else set up? Nope, we'll get that housing district next. And we got a trade offer from the Zaloxy. Alright, so they're offering us the Techapod hives, which those are pretty good. We could definitely make use of those. And they're offering us this tech, but it's one that we can get in just one turn. And they're wanting the new tech. That's actually really good. The one we just got, plus additional stuff. So again, it's not a great offer. Yeah, we'd want to take that off. I mean, they could have these here, but maybe a different tech. I don't know what techs they might have. That's the only one we could get from them. But yeah, I'd be willing to give them a different tech. Yeah, it isn't so good. I know we've traded this away before. Yeah, that's right. We traded it away. Maybe I can give them something else, like diplomatic capital. I don't know if they would accept that. Close. We're pretty close. Could always give more credits. I don't think any of the resources we have are really gonna help. Could give them a bit more of this pollen here. It doesn't make a big difference. But yeah, you could boost that a bit more. See if there's any other strategic resource that you might be willing to grant them. What a module do for them? Helps a little bit. How many would we have to grant them here? They're just wanting so much. Yeah, even if you offered them all the money, they're still not willing to accept it. What if we took that off and just tried to get these? They'll actually do it just for the tech, and we can get the 3 Tech-a-Bond hives and 20 credits. So let's go and accept that. I think that's pretty useful to us. Now, I know that we've already built it on some of our locations, but we haven't built it over here. So we could do that in order to get more Prometheon, which, let me see how much value that still has. It still has value. It's one of the few things that does. Now, in the Durantium location, we've already gotten that there. And so yeah, I can't do it there. And we just don't need more antimatter. And obviously don't need more of the Illyrium. We do want to get access to the Prometheon and the Durantium over here though. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I've always destroyed these. That has always been the way I've done things. I just, go to war with them and then I wipe out their star bases. And so I never let them flip over before, but I've been told by people in the comments that they do eventually flip. But I personally have never seen that happen before. Perhaps you have to get your influence to 100% in this location, which currently we have at 91%, while they have 9%. So maybe that's what it is. Again, I've never waited. I've waited a long time for one of them to flip just to see, and it didn't, and I lost my patience and then destroyed it. Yeah, let me know, guys. When do these flip over to you? Because I want to get access to that Durantium and the Prometheon. These are all some resources we definitely would like to have. So unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of today's episode. You can see the balance of power has changed a bit. Despite losing this territory to us, the Archaeans are now on top. I think it's because they're doing a military buildup, probably in preparation of attacking us, since they believe we're ripe for conquest. And you can see conquering you might be a good idea. Yeah, I think they're going to attack us. So they're building up currently, and I think it's largely due to this situation here, which makes sense. Definitely understand why they'd want to attack us right now. They're very hostile to us at the moment, while the Zoloxi are just unfriendly. But yeah, we need to continue this military buildup because, again, I think war is coming to us. But they're now at the top due to that constructing of ships that they're currently doing. Their fleet is now almost as large or almost as powerful as the Zoloxi. And then you can also see that we have now moved into 5th place, so above the Taurians here. And so we're doing a bit better as we've been building up our military, but we're still much weaker than our potential enemy here. But we can expect that they'll declare war, maybe next episode actually, just due to the fact that we've been taking over their stuff. Our influence is just too powerful, and so it's impacting our relationship with them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.